Welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Erin Ramsey. It's Donald Trump's final day as US President, with Joe Biden set to take over early tomorrow morning. He leaves office amid 400,000 coronavirus deaths, an attack on the Capitol building, and as the only president to be impeached twice. His former national security advisor, John Bolton, is predicting Trumpism will fade quickly in the US when he heads to Florida.
That cannot have a lasting presence. In this case, Donald Trump goes from sitting in the most powerful office in the world, the Oval Office, to sitting by the swimming pool at Mar-a-Lago.
2 members of the National Guard have been removed from the security operation in Washington ahead of tomorrow's inauguration amid concerns about an insider attack. Meanwhile, the US Senate has begun hearings this morning to confirm Joe Biden's cabinet appointments. Janet Yellen will take over Treasury and says there are 2 major challenges.
Keeping people safe while getting them back to work and ensure that American workers can compete in an increasingly competitive global economy.
Mr. Biden and his deputy, Kamala Harris, are in Washington today ahead of the inauguration. Kamala Harris will make history as the first woman to be sworn in as US Vice President. Tennis stars in lockdown in Melbourne are continuing to insist they weren't told about the COVID-19 regulations, which prevent them practicing for next month's Australian Open. 72 players are in hotel quarantine for 14 days. Canadian Vasek Popisil is among them and says the rules for everyone on a plane, if there was a positive case, weren't made clear.
At no point, it was a real gray area. And I mean, that's where the players are quite frustrated because that was one of the conditions that would have changed some of the players' minds.
New figures confirm 1 in 8 people in England has the coronavirus now. That's around 5.5 million cases. The results are similar in Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland. And the major banks will stop giving automatic mortgage relief to homeowners struggling to make repayments due to COVID-19. Tens of thousands of people are yet to start repaying their loans. They were given a pause on repayments, but requests will be rejected when the program ends in March. To sport, and Captain Tim Paine says he's ready for criticism after Australia lost the 4th cricket test in Brisbane and the series to India. The visitors finished on top despite missing 7 of their top players. Paine says he knows there'll be calls for him to be replaced.
It's a difficult job, and at times like this, it's bloody hard work when you're copping it left, right and centre, but that's what I signed up for. I didn't play my best cricket at times in this series, but that can happen. I'll go away, I'll look to get better.
Paine says he wants to lead Australia to South Africa next month. Also in cricket, the Perth Scorchers have beat the Brisbane Heat by 59 runs in Melbourne to move to 2nd place on the BBL ladder. Set 175 to win, Brisbane was bowled out for 115. And every athlete from 206 countries will need to return a negative COVID test within 72 hours of flying into Tokyo for the Olympic Games in July. In entertainment, and lawyers for Meghan Markle want to settle her case against a British newspaper before it goes to trial. Prince Harry's wife is suing Associated Newspapers for invasion of privacy and copyright infringement. It follows 5 stories which included portions of a letter to her father. Warner Brothers is pushing forward with the film Wonka, a spin-off from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The film has been in development for years and is now due for a potential release in March 2023. It's set to be based on the story of Willy Wonka prior to operating his chocolate factory. And Dua Lipa is shutting down pregnancy rumours after she shared a photo to Twitter with the baby bottle emoji. Fans were set into a spin over the post before the singer quickly cleared the air. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcasts team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.